Hello everyone, this is Roxy509. Welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy. Without further ado, let us begin a new game with Crash Bandicoot 1. Oh goody, I get to suck at Crash Bandicoot 1 again. And I should mention, there are a lot of loading screens. Gonna be cutting out pretty much most of them.
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
And after that daring escape, our hero awakens on the beach. So, welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 1, ladies and gentlemen. What has now become the most played game on this channel. Was not even intending that, to be quite honest. So, there are the controls on the side, don't need to say anything about it. So, Aku mask. I mean, what else do I really say? It's Crash Bandicoot 1, just with a prettier coat of paint. A really pretty coat of paint, I might add. But, I mean, it's still the same nonetheless. There are a few little quirks and changes that were made different for the Sane Trilogy, though. Especially for Crash 1. For one, we have relics now inside of Crash Bandicoots 1 and 2. And we will be doing relics way later in the game. And by way later, I mean I'm going to be beating the game first. But first things first, I feel like getting my first death, because I can never do this right. I don't know if I missed one. Well, I'll be able to... No, I didn't miss one. Good. Good. Don't want to miss one. One for fruit. Give me lives. Kill the turtles, because why not? I'll show those turtles what for. And we've got ourselves our last box. So let us get ourselves our first gem and get the heck out of here. Perfect. Just like me. You know, that sounds really close to the Crash 1 voice, who I even feel embarrassed. I don't remember who voiced Crash in Crash 1. Because I honestly don't remember Crash as a voice actor besides Jess Harnell, who is the current voice actor for Crash Bandicoot now. So, yeah. But on to Jungle Rollers. Now we're getting to the point where we can't get the gems because we need colored gems. Colored gems that we don't get till later. Which is another change I should mention right now, as I will keep in this loading screen just to explain it. The colored gems, you still have to do a no death run on in order to be able to get the colored gem from the stage. So stages that have the colored gems, still gonna be a pain. I'm looking at you, the Lost city. And regular gems, you don't have to worry about dying and losing out on that gem anymore. Thank God, because that makes things like fumbling in the dark and Cortex power way more manageable. Like, way more manageable. You have no idea. Anyway, I'm picking up Tana tokens for the Tana bonus rooms. And we got the Spin Doctor. I still don't know what Spin Doctor is for, because I've gotten that trophy on my main account, and I don't know what it was to unlock that trophy. Right. Keep getting them lives. Now, one thing I should mention that was also changed inside of this actually has to deal with the Tana bonus rooms, the Embryo bonus rooms, and the Cortex bonus rooms. Yep. That's what these do indeed. They give us more boxes for the box total, which means you have to do the embryo stages, which actually is kind of a blessing in disguise, because the embryo stages originally were designed to be challenges that would get you more lives if you did them correctly. And now that they're mandatory for box gems, oh boy, you can rack up the lives. And that's what we're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, when we get to... I believe the one that's going to give us the most lives is going to be the one from the Lost City. Because that one, I think, gives you 6 lives when you do it. I don't know if dying inside of a bonus stage locks you out of a gem. I don't think it does, but if it does, then, oh boy, we're going to have major problems come later in the game. But for right now, time for the Great Gate! What makes this gate so great, you might be asking yourself? I mean, look at it. It's massive. What could be greater than this gate? Probably a gate that can actually, keep people out, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. Right. 3, 4, 5. But we've got another stage that we cannot do the gem for, so no worries. Monkey. Really hoping. Boing. Boing. Whoops, fell down. Boing. 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 Right. Die. Die, monkey. No! I wanted that. Fine, I can go on without it. I don't really have a choice. I mean, I could kill myself, but then I'd be wasting a life. I need to hug the wall. Tana token. I love how the Tana tokens are literally just the Crash 1 Tana tokens just made pretty instead of like going off the new Tana model they made. Which I will say right now, love the new Tana model. Like, I like it more than the original Tana model, to be quite honest. And not just because it's pretty HD. I think it looks legitimately good. Stop going backwards. Wait, up we go. And Tana token. Onto the thing. Thank God this game, well, not really thank God that this game autosaves, because that kind of screws me over if I lose footage. But then again, I'm not really crying over spilt milk over losing footage inside of Crash 1. Unless it's a major gem that I'm getting that's giving me a pain. Then I cry. I cry myself to sleep. Sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. It is summer and it is hot. Okay, almost kind of walked into that one. Right. I will come back for you later, gem. Poor Crash. Constantly getting pelted by boxes. I know there's a way you can skip those, but I just can't find the right button. Nor do I really care too much. Oh, time for boulders! My favorite! Running away from things towards the camera. Honestly, if the Crash Dash... I think the Crash Dash is in this game. That was added in if we beat Cortex. Because there are, as I mentioned earlier, relics. Honestly, unless that boulder has rubber band AI, I'm going to leave that thing in the dust. Because for right now, I already sort of leave it in the dust. 3, 4, 5. I have a lot of lives. Now watch as I lose them come later in the game. I love the lighting in this stage. Right. Give me the Wumpa fruit. Almost kind of walked off the edge on that one. Like I said, I feel like that stage is a lot easier than it was in the original one. Maybe it's also because I'm using analog control. You can use the D-pad to control Crash for those who played Crash 1, 2, and 3 only with the D-pad. But I think that's always what made Crash 1 so hard for me, was the fact that I couldn't use an analog stick. Well, that and the jumping mechanics in Crash 1 are a little bit heavy. I think that's why I'm adjusting so well to this one, because this Crash controls a little bit heavy, but not too heavy, if that makes sense. And as a result, it doesn't feel too off from the original Crash 1. Now, Crash 2, if this is how Crash ends up controlling, then I'm going to be in for a rude awakening, to say the least. Because I played Crash 2 way too much. And if I can't do my fancy flips and tricks with my new slide, then what's the point? And I mean, I can understand why they didn't give the slide to Crash inside the Sane Trilogy for Crash 1, because otherwise it would have been bad. I'd been able to break so many of the stages in this game. What did I break open? Right. Okay. Nope. Sorry, old habits die hard. I need to watch the TNT explode. I know that they fixed that for this port. I almost called it a port. This is a remaster. It's kind of an insult to call this a port. Either way, for those that don't know, in the original Crash, if you didn't watch the TNT explode, chances are the TNT would still be there. And it would end up not counting towards your box total. So you always had to make sure that it exploded while on screen, which made things a little bit perilous. Right, ton of bonus room. Don't know why I'm doing these when, you know, I'm not able to get the gem inside this stage either. Doot, 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 doot. Well, I guess I'm doing it just to get the lives, because the lives save in this game. Thank goodness. Unlike the last game, the original game where the lives didn't save because the game was built based off a password system before memory cards were really a big thing. I remember memory cards. I remember memory card corruption too. Ah yes, losing all that precious save data. only happened to me twice in my life. And I think they were when one of them was my PS1 memory card, because I remember I was playing through Spyro 3 for the first time, and I lost all my data for that, and I was on Evening Lakes, and I was a little bit upset. Actually, I was really upset, because I was like, how old was I? Probably 11? 10 or 11? But, now to go into this man's house and beat him up. Hello, Papu Papu. You having fun, Papu Papu? This hurts me more than it hurts you. And by that, I lied. I literally just walked into this man's house and just beat the ever-living snot out of him. Why? Because he was in my way.